Let's just check it, okay?
I'll get you up to see what you were doing to make sure you weren't burglarizing the farm.
Heated up that white car right there.
Explore shocking lawsuits where police officers shift from protectors of the law to perpetrators of brutality.
We haven't done anything
I'm
wrong.
asking a question.
Hey,
Chill out.
Okay,
Chill
where
out.
do you live?
Hey,
DeMarcus, stop fighting him! DeMarcus, stop fighting!
Today, let's explore how arrest can turn into a stage for exposing crimes. A student simply asked to use the bathroom, but minutes later he was slammed, searched, and then everything took an unexpected turn.
Let's just check it, okay?
On April 19, 2021, at a high school in Knoxville, Officer David Lee conducted a search of a student's backpack, suspecting the teenager of using marijuana, and so from a vague scent began a chaotic school incident no one saw coming.
Hey, listen. Let it off of you, or I'm going to put you under arrest, because I can smell it. It can be simple as we walk in there together, and we look through it, or I arrest you, and then when I look through it anyways.
for what? For what?
You have the odor of marijuana coming from your back. Yes, I can smell it right here, strong. That is reasonable suspicion. Okay? So here, you let it go.
Let's just check it, okay?
A male student merely asked to use the restroom, but to the police, that was a signal for potential evidence destruction. An innocent request quickly escalated in an arrest driven by authority.
Please let us just check your bag. That's all we're trying to do. Please. It's not worth it, even if it's not worth fighting.
Do I have to kill
Please.
him?
He isn't going to want to kill you. He just wants to check your bag to make sure you're being safe. Stop. Hey. Stop fighting him. Stop. Don't do this. Stop. Stop fighting this. Let's just check your bag, baby. Let's just check your bag. Stop fighting him. Look at me. What is your name? What is your name? Stop fighting him. Why are you fighting him? Stop fighting him.
Okay, my arm hurts.
Stop fighting him.
I'm not. Damn.
Yeah, you are. Give me your other arm.
My arm hurts.
I'm not pushing it.
My arm.
I'm stopping right here.
Stop fighting him right now.
You should have break my
Stop
arm.
fighting him.
We are past this.
No, get the fuck off my arm.
Stop fighting him. Stop. DeMarcus, stop fighting him. DeMarcus, stop fighting.
Marcus, look at me.
No.
Please, stop fighting.
Just stop.
Okay, stand up for me.
Come on, we just fuck. The fuck off.
No, stop.
The student was unarmed, showed no resistance but to Officer David Lee. That didn't seem to matter. Within minutes, a forceful takedown unfolded in the hallway right onto the tiled floor. And what happened next was more shocking than you might expect.
Dude, let me go. You can't break my arm. Damn, I keep telling you that shit, bro. Get the fuck off me. Damn. No, I don't care.
You tell her up front to call for another unit for me. Stop!
Bro, you just broke my chin, bro.
You're not gonna kick me.
Bro, kicking me. What the fuck are you talking about? Let me go, bro.
You wanna sit down now, please?
Bro, you trying to kill me, bro. Move. Damn.
Stop stomping on my feet.
Bro, I'm not.
Yeah, you
I
are.
can't touch the ground.
Then sit down.
Damn. You hurt my wrist.
You are hurting your wrist.
No, I'm not. I can't
You're
even
the
do
one fighting
nothing.
around with me.
I'm sitting right here.
Is this how you've been doing the whole time? No.
Let me go.
No.
I'm sitting here. Let me go.
I have no choice
My
but to hold
arms
you
hurt,
now.
The boy was slammed down. No one checked for injuries. No one asked if he was okay. But that was only the tip of the iceberg. The real twist came when they finally searched his backpack. And what they found was nothing like what they had assumed.
No, not any of that yet. There's two.
They said the SRO was also in his pocket.
It says so.
Oh, okay. I just assumed it was
Just me. for some Swisher Sweets. You're kidding me.
Even more troubling is what happened after they realized it wasn't marijuana, and they had no legal grounds to detain him. Officer David Lee made a decision that can only be described as digging himself into an even deeper hole.
Come down and scraped it. That's when I picked him up, put him on top of the desk, because he was freaking...
Well, I could smell it when there was the altercation in the hallway. That really wasn't an altercation.
Squirmy as hell, man. He's pretty strong, too. I couldn't get his arm behind him. I'm gonna grab my phone and I guess a face sheet.
That's how, I mean, he's the same one the younger brother remembers in the building with the damn fire extinguisher and fighting for nothing. Like you're just
that's what it was. It was nothing. Like now, it was literally nothing. If indeed his father is, if that's indeed the story, then it was over some cigars. Like I would have wrote him a ticket. But now he's got resisting arrest.
In Knoxville, Tennessee, fabricating evidence can be prosecuted as either a class A misdemeanor, punishable by up to 11 months and 29 days in jail, or as a Class C felony, which carries a sentence of 1 to 6 years in prison. Fines range from $2,500 to $3,000, depending on the severity and consequences of the act. The student was initially charged with resisting arrest, but the charge was later dismissed. In Knox County Juvenile Court, he has since filed a lawsuit seeking full compensation for injuries sustained during the incident, along with up to $1 million each in compensatory and punitive damages. The Knoxville Police Department declined to comment on the pending lawsuit. Next, we move on to another case where simply carrying a flashlight in the dark is enough to get you labeled as a dangerous criminal.
See your ID.
For what? I'm asking for
Because
what?
you're being a suspicious person right now. Let me see your ID. If you don't give me your ID, if you don't give me your ID, you can go to jail.
Jail for what?
Failure to identify.
Two men were leisurely walking, flashlights in hand, unarmed, causing no disturbance. Suddenly, a female officer from Harris County appeared. What seemed like a routine encounter quickly escalated into high tension.
Huh? Where?
Right here.
Right here? I can't see because of the light.
Okay, what are you doing?
Where you want me to stand?
Right there.
Where?
What are y'all doing?
Right here where I'm at, or I can't see because of the light.
Why do you have that over your face?
Because of COVID. Why? What's up?
You got your ID on you? Let me see your ID.
Why?
Let me see your ID.
For what?
Let me see your ID.
For what? I'm asking for
Because
what?
you're being a suspicious person right now. Let me see your ID. If you don't give me your ID, if you don't give me your ID, you can go to jail.
Jail for what?
Failure to identify.
Okay. Are we
Right.
under arrest?
You're being detained right now.
Okay.
For
Well,
suspicious activity.
3002 says we're only
Okay.
failing to identify if we're already under arrest and we fail to identify at that point. We'll give false information
I have
for
a
a
witness
crime.
who says that y'all been looking in vehicles.
Okay, that's not a crime. Looking at vehicles.
Well, when you're being very suspicious about it.
How?
With the flashlight.
You don't know. We could be looking for a dog or a cat.
Inside a vehicle.
Did you see us look in the vehicles, ma'am?
A witness did, who I can attach to a report. So you have your ID?
Where's the witness?
She's actually right there.
You talking about the young lady that was hiding in the car and he like lit her up to see what she was doing because he thought she might be burglarizing the car?
I called my sergeant. That way we can go ahead and have charges.
Charges for?
Tell her to identify.
Call the sergeant.
To a police officer.
Call the sergeant.
3802 says you only have to identify if you've been lawfully arrested. Am I under arrest for something?
You are not being arrested right now. You're
Then
being
how?
detained.
We can't fail to ID if we're not under arrest.
You can't fail the ID then.
She showed up out of nowhere with bold accusations. No evidence, no logic, taking the situation in a completely unexpected direction. But the story didn't end there. Other witnesses began to emerge, bringing with them truths that left everyone holding their breath.
I don't get it.
How long have you been a police officer?
Hey, are we free to leave?
And I said, what are you doing? That's her mom said.
So you got two people sitting in a car and he lit you up to see what you were doing to make sure you weren't burglarizing the
He lit
car?
up that white car right there.
Okay,
And
no,
I
I'm
said-
not.
and I-
You don't know what I'm doing.
Every single car.
I didn't light up anything.
What did Shalami mean?
Go get you information. Okay.
So you don't even know what it means, but you think it's a bad thing?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I didn't lie anything. You're the one lying.
You've been
walking down the
Or just
street.
Okay, why are y'all, where do you live?
We haven't done anything
I'm
wrong.
asking a question.
Hey,
Chill out.
Okay,
Chill
where
out.
do you live?
Hey, you don't need
Where
to
do
raise
you
your voice
live?
like that. Why does it matter where we live?
Where do you live?
Why are you raising your voice like this?
Where do you live?
Why?
One of the men remained calm and asked directly, "Am I being detained?" He then asserted his right not to provide identification unless he was under arrest. The officer seemed to hold the upper hand until he suddenly turned the tables.
What difference would it make? Seriously, what difference would it make if you knew?
Because, okay, but why are you being so defensive about it? That's not what I'm understanding.
I'm not being defensive.
You have given me not one thing. I've asked you, what are you doing?
And he explained
And
that.
then where I
to you.
live, how does that have anything to do with what?
How do I know that, you're not here to burglarize anything? I mean, I could, because I have a witness who stated that you were shining lights in front of all these cars.
No, he
That
put
you
a
were
flashlight
shining lights?
into the car where those
Okay,
people were
why?
sitting.
You're suspicious. How come you didn't call it in?
You just pulled up. You just did that. We were walking away, and it's like
Okay, but
everything
you.
seemed-
I'm saying, how come you didn't acknowledge?
Are we?
I wasn't talking
Can
to her.
we
I'm
leave?
standing over here. She's
I'm
talking
waiting
to
for
him.
backup.
Can we not leave?
I'm waiting for backup.
Are we
You're being
detained?
I already said at the beginning.
So I
you're
can't leave.
detained.
I cannot leave.
I already said at the beginning you're being detained.
Can I leave?
For what
Not right
crime?
now.
So we're being
There's
detained.
no crime.
So it's okay for
Unbelievable.
me to go shine my flashlight on your vehicle?
You do it all
You
the
do it
time.
No, I don't.
Sure you do.
No, I don't.
Sure you do. You're trying
If
to
there's
cop
somebody
point
sitting
for
in
your
a
camera.
vehicle, sure.
No, I'm
You're
being
trying to-
dead serious. Like, will I?
There was no clear criminal activity. Using a flashlight is not illegal. When a supervising officer finally arrived, the situation began to de-escalate.
Listen, you're stopped because someone said that you guys were flashing lights and things. That's the
That's
whole
not a crime.
reason you're here.
It's not a crime.
It is weird to be doing it at 1 a.m. though.
It's not a crime.
She said we're not free to leave, so
Yeah, it's
We-
not a
we
crime.
don't-
I'm waiting to hear what crime I'm being accused of, because I'm walking down a public street with a flashlight instead of being in the dark, so that I don't get run over by
Okay,
a car. I might have been a little more forthcoming with you if you hadn't gotten in his face screaming. Okay, at this point,
I never got in.
so I'm done dealing with you. You're going to detain me. Okay, that's fine. I'll stand here for as long as you want me to stand here, or about 20 minutes, which is all you can detain me for. And then I'm going to go on my merry way and go back to what I was doing, which is taking a nice walk and enjoying the evening.
I'm not worried about weapons.
It's not illegal to go armed in Texas.
But if you want to
I
go ahead,
never came at you thinking you had a weapon.
you got in my face 5 inches from me, screaming, "Give me your ID!" It's failure to
I asked
identify.
you for your ID several times. I mean,
Is it? Is that not what you said?
exactly what I said.
Yeah.
What am I going to cuff you for?
Failure to
right now?
identify.
Failure to identify. That's what you said. You said you're going to arrest me for failure to ID. Let's go. There's my wrist. Come on, cuff me up. Let's go.
Despite finding no crime or violation, the officers detained the men for over 15 minutes without cause, threatened unlawful arrest, demanded ID without justification, and acted unprofessionally. Behavior that could easily trigger a civil complaint or internal investigation. If the community speaks out when power goes unchecked, even a bathroom break or a flashlight can turn the innocent into suspects. The just society must stand against fear-driven force and protect the dignity of every individual. Here's the video capturing the moment a journalist was detained for taking photos in public, raising serious concerns in Volusia County. An investigative journalist was detained simply for taking photographs in public, raising alarms about constitutional rights. The incident triggered questions about the limits of police authority. How far can law enforcement push against the fundamental right to document?
Photographs?
Photographs?
Yeah.
What big photographs of?
Whatever I can see for public. I'm just gathering information about just investigative journalist gathering content for a story, that's all.
Okay.
There's my hands. Got nothing in my hands, all right?
Why are we taking pictures of the plant?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Raise a little bit of suspicion.
It's not illegal though, right?
Not illegal, however, it is suspicious in nature. With it
Okay.
being as, what it is. So, you have a vehicle with you?
I'm not answering any questions. Like I said, I explained to him I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
You have an ID with you?
And so he's already confirmed I'm not breaking any laws. So
Officers questioned a journalist photographing in a public space even after he revealed he was working for Carlos Miller. Despite no crime being committed, they continued to challenge his rights. What led the officers to question his presence in a public area so aggressively?
Talking to you, need to identify who we're talking to.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
We're trying to identify who we're talking to just because there was a suspicious, we just called out that there was a suspicious person walking around taking photographs. The way things are right now, we at least know who we're speaking to, so we can make a notation that you were in the area, who you were, and what you were doing. If you're taking photos, that's fine. But we still need to find out who we're talking to.
Who I am is an investigative journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay, I need your name.
And I'm taking photographs.
So that's perfect.
Unless I'm being detained. Am I being detained?
It's an investigation, so you are being detained.
I am being detained?
You are being detained until we can figure out who your name is. I'm giving you a chance to give me your name. We're conducting an investigation as to what you're doing. Or I'm asking you for your name.
What reasonable articulable suspicion do you have that a crime is afoot?
You're in an area taking photographs of a power plant.
Is taking photographs of a power plant a misdemeanor or a felony?
What is that? Sorry?
Is it a misdemeanor or a felony to take pictures?
Right now you're failing to identify who you are while being investigated by a law enforcement officer. That's the crime that you're committing at this point.
What would that be?
Failing to provide identification to a law enforcement officer when you have been asked to do so.
Is that a crime?
It is a crime.
You have to provide law enforcement with an identification or your name that when it's been asked upon you not do so.
But you've already confirmed that I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not violating any laws.
Failing to identify yourself at this point.
There's no duty. I'm not refusing. Don't get me wrong. But there's no duty to identify if I'm not suspected of a crime.
The officer's first mistake was not recognizing the journalist's role, despite him clearly explaining that he was gathering content for a story and that photographing in public was legal. This reflects a larger issue, the failure of some law enforcement officers to understand and respect individuals' rights while they perform their work in public spaces.
Okay.
Is that right?
We're telling you right now, we are completing an investigation as to what you're doing and what you're photographing.
I've already told you that I'm an investigative journalist gathering content for story.
Along with that, we need to identify, we're asking you that we need to identify who you are so we can make a notation that you were in the area and you're going to be in the area taking photographs. Okay, failing to provide law enforcement officer with a form of identification after you have been asked to do so is a crime.
Okay, so I'm not refusing. What will happen if I don't give you guys identification? Because I don't think it's any of your business who I am. You've already confirmed that I'm not committing a crime. What I'm doing is perfectly lawful. I'm standing on a public sidewalk. Not only is it, just let me finish. Not only is it perfectly lawful, it's constitutionally protected activity.
Okay.
Did you guys take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution?
Okay.
The journalist stood firm on his constitutional rights, refusing to provide ID despite officers' demands. With no crime committed, he was under no legal obligation to identify himself. However, the officers wrongly insisted it was illegal to withhold identification, revealing their lack of understanding what caused them to push this misunderstanding further, despite knowing there was no crime.
I'm not asking you whether or not you are going to be taking photographs on the side of the road. That's not what we've already clarified that.
Right.
However, what we're discussing now is the fact that you're failing to provide law enforcement with an actual identification or so that you can make a notation that we may contact you. Right?
This is a First Amendment protected right. You guys are detaining me unlawfully. And now you're forcing me to give up my identification, which is unlawful. And I'm gonna give you guys a chance not to do that. I'm not refusing to do it, but I'm gonna give you guys a chance not to unlawfully detain me.
We need to know who we're speaking to.
Are you going to give us your identification or not?
Am I gonna be arrested or not if I don't give it to you?
It depends. Why are you refusing to give it?
Because it's none of your business who I am. It's my personal information.
I'm a law enforcement officer. I have the right to tell my name.
What is y'all's names and badge numbers? Do you have a supervisor?
I do. You want me to come over? Because I'll be more than glad
Please call your supervisor and we'll take it from there, okay? Now I'll make it clear I don't consent to being detained. I like to be free to go and go about my business. Are you recording as well?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent.
That's perfect.
You guys both confirmed that you're recording, so I'm going to be doing...
Everything is recorded.
I will be doing a public records request to obtain those videos.
Right now you're telling me journalism. That's perfectly fine, but I have no way of proving that unless I need some kind of identification that states that you are. And if you do, then that's fine. You're good to go. We'll go on our own way. Well, it's the loitering and prowling is what we were looking at because you're in an area at a time that's not common for people to be in photographs.
Like I expressed to Deputy Richardson, I do not consent to being detained. I would like to be free to go.
This unlawful detainment and the demand for identification are clear violations of several laws that protect individuals from undue police interference. Under the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, individuals are protected against unreasonable searches and seizures. The officer's actions in detaining the journalist without cause or probable suspicion constitute an unreasonable seizure.
As soon as possible.
As soon as we can find out who you are and we can possibly identify who you are, you'll be more than glad to know.
All right, sir, I'm going to advise you of your constitutional rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice or react to any questions. and to have him listen during any question. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you. Before any question, if you wish, if you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering at any time. You'll also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand these are those rights if I explain them to you?
Hi, Mr. Ford. How are you, sir?
Sergeant Ford.
Nice to meet you.
Well, what's your name, sir?
My name is Jeff. I'm
okay.
a journalist. I'm just taking photographs. They've already advised me that that is not illegal.
No, it's not. And no, Jeff, I don't think you're a terrorist. Oh, fine, but if that's all you're doing is taking pictures.
Okay. Am I free to go?
Outside, Jeff.
I know it is. Am I free to go?
What's that?
Am I free to go?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, what's that?
We don't know.
Furthermore, the demand for identification in this case appears to be in violation of the law, as there was no legal requirement for the journalist to comply. The officer's failure to recognize this point, especially after being informed of the journalist's rights, is a breach of legal protocol. The law prohibits police from compelling individuals to identify themselves without reasonable suspicion or a valid reason for the detainment.
Well, you don't want to give us your last name or anything like that, Jeff?
I'd rather not if I'm not doing anything illegal.
Well, you said it's Jeff. I mean, if it's Jeff, Jeffrey, I don't know.
Okay.
But no, you're not doing anything illegal.
Okay. So I'm free to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to head this way if I could just...
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Jeff, you know that, were you recording our conversation between the two of us?
I am, yes, sir.
Okay, well, you didn't tell me you were recording that conversation, did you?
No, sir.
Okay, that's illegal under the Florida statutes. You realize that?
Actually, it is not.
Yeah, it's a Security Communications Act is what it is.
Not when it comes to public officials.
No, I think you're wrong, buddy. Okay? But you need to tell me you're recording me. If I'm talking to you, say, hey, I'm recording this conversation. And I'll be fine with that because you've told me you're recording me, okay?
Okay, am I free to go?
Yeah, you're free to go.
Thank you.
I bring that to your team.
Bring it back! You get tased! Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
Right.
Stop! Hands up there and pull yourself up. Shut up, Lawrence! Come on, let's go.
Corrupt police officers believe they can bend the law without facing consequences.
Stop fucking resisting, motherfucker!
I love you too. Oh, hell no.
Can immunity save them, or will the law teach them a lesson? Let's find out.
On your stomach! On your stomach! On your stomach! What's going on? Listen, why didn't you stop when I asked you to? Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
On January 23, 2020, Officer Michael Monk unexpectedly stopped. Kenta Settles on the sidewalk of Turney Road, Garfield Heights, Ohio. Settles, the father of 3, was arrested without being given any explanation, leaving him shocked. What really happened? And how did an innocent man find himself in such a situation?
Right here, you, come here, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Detain. What's going on? Listen, why didn't you stop when I asked you to? No, you didn't stop. Hands in the car. Hands in the car. Spread your feet. Hands in the car, please. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Right back. You get tased. On your stomach. On your stomach. On your stomach. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Police body camera footage shows Officer Michael Morlock ordering Kenta Settles to stop. Despite Settles raising his hands in compliance, Malik abruptly grabbed him and announced an arrest without explanation. Officer Robert Pitts then arrived, escalating the situation further.
Spread your feet. All right, put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Taser, taser, taser. Roll over on your stomach. Get on your stomach. On your stomach. On your stomach. All right. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. God, don't talk about resisting. Stop fucking resisting, motherfucker. So we got cuffs. I got it.
Within seconds, officers forced Kenta Settles to the ground, repeatedly using a taser on him as he curled up in pain. When Settles tried to remove the prongs, he was further shocked and beaten. What led to this violent escalation?
Fuck! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! You're fucking resisting, motherfucker!
Knock it off! Give me your hand! Right here. I got him.
Nose might be broke.
There you go.
All right.
You alright?
Yeah, my fucking nose is bleeding.
I'm trying to stop it.
Yeah. What happened? He hit you? Alright.
Fucking piece of shit.
You're bleeding down there too.
You want
After subduing Kenneth Settles, Officer Michael Mock mocked him, calling him a piece of shit. Despite a colleague asking him to stop this unprofessional conduct raises serious concerns about police ethics and accountability. What happens next in this troubling story?
Mike, look at me for a minute. Let me just get this loads.
Radio. Where's the complainant to call?
I don't think I'm hurting my hand.
Oh,
You shouldn't fucking hit cops, you asshole.
Mike.
What's your name?
My name, can't tell you.
You got anything sharp or dangerous with you, Kenya?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But Dawson hurt me like
I know what happened. Oh, yeah?
It was very offensive.
Settles was charged with assaulting a police officer and detained for 5 months. However, after prosecutors reviewed the video footage, the charges against Settles were dropped, shedding light on the abuse of power and excessive use of force by the police.
Okay, Lamar, you done fighting with us?
I hope y'all had fun tonight. I hope y'all had fun tonight.
This isn't our idea of fun.
Confused the fuck out of me. Do me like that, out of nowhere. Was that fair?
All you had to do was stop and talk to us and none of this would have happened.
You didn't ask me to talk.
I wasn't even here.
Right.
Can you give that vehicle description again?
Trying to get these wires.
They everywhere in my face. Ain't they in my face?
No, they in your face.
Oh, they feel like it.
From a legal perspective, the actions of the officers during this arrest may constitute violations under several key statutes, most notably 18 U.S. Code 242. A federal law prohibits law enforcement officers from willfully depriving an individual of their constitutional rights under the color of law. This statute addresses instances where officers use excessive force or threats beyond what is necessary, infringing on the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. Violations of this law can result in severe penalties, including fines and imprisonment of up to 10 years if bodily injury occurs, and potentially life imprisonment if the violation results in death. Additionally, under 42 U.S. Code, since 1983, individuals have the right to pursue civil litigation against officers or departments for acts of misconduct, including excessive use of force or unlawful threats. At the state level, officers may also face repercussions under statutes governing assault, battery, or abuse of authority, which often carry penalties ranging from suspension or termination of employment to criminal charges. From an educational standpoint, these laws exist to balance the enforcement of public order with the protection of individual liberties. Law enforcement officers are entrusted with significant power, but that power comes with a responsibility to act within legal boundaries. Any deviation undermines public trust and can lead to legal consequences for the officers and their departments. This incident is a stark reminder of the importance of training and adherence to ethical standards to ensure accountability and justice for all parties involved. The confrontation resulted in serious consequences. Settles suffered severe injuries. Officer Maylock sustained a broken nose and facial fractures, and Pitts experienced a leg injury. The incident sparked a debate over the use of force by police, particularly when dealing with individuals with mental health issues, and called for improved training, oversight, and transparency in law enforcement practices. This serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of understanding your legal rights. Up next, a shocking case will reveal astonishing flaws in police conduct.
Oh, it hurts on my
Slide that chair over here where you can pull yourself up with that chair.
Pull yourself up.
Put your hands up there and pull yourself up.
Shut up, Lawrence.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
She pushing back. Give me my head one more time, Lawrence.
Can you back the car before we drag her out?
I need my family.
You got a body bag.
I need my family.
Come on.
You sure do. Should have kept your ass at home with her. Come on. Damn, B12.
I don't know how we're going to get her in the car.
On December 8th, 2020, Tina Shoulders confessed to having won too many eggnog while wrapping gifts. A witness reported seeing her purchase alcohol at a grocery store and stumbled toward her car, prompting police to be called out of concern for her safety. But what really happened after that? Let's uncover this unexpected story.
Trying to call my doggone daughter. There you go. I will. I was just trying to call my daughter. I had one beer.
You've had more than that, I think.
No, I ain't. And you know,
I can smell alcohol, so step up.
I'm going to my truck park.
Well,
Yeah, I just left Piggly Wiggly.
you don't want to put shoes on, huh?
I don't have to put shoes on.
Okay.
I love you, and I know you look like my...
More than one beer of alcohol.
Look, I'll leave right up the road. Can you let...
I cannot, because you just run all over that ditch out there.
Please let me go.
I can't.
Please let me
No,
go.
just come back toward the back of your car and sit.
Please let me go, sir. Let me go.
I can't let you go, ma'am.
Any taunted Officer Harold Bowman stopped Tina Childress just as she almost hit a train trestle. In a conversation captured by a body camera, Childress admitted to drinking but insisted she had only had one beer. However, what unfolded afterward revealed a surprising truth.
Thank you, called me.
Sit down right there.
Yep. And you know what?
Just have a seat. Call your daughter.
No, look.
I'm gonna get your purse.
Thank you.
I'm getting you to the police department.
I feel whatever you do, I can't breathe. Ma'am.
You're driving under the influence of alcohol.
Hold my hand.
All right, I'll hold your arm.
Hold my hand.
Go in the door.
My daughters want me to get help.
Well, this might be a first step for you.
Can I call them?
Yeah, call them. Call them and tell them.
No, come here, hold my hand.
Hang on, let me get you in here.
No, hold my hand.
All right, walk on.
Hold my
Go that
hand.
way. Look, let go of my arm. You can hold on to the wall and walk down that hallway. Hold on to the wall and walk down the hallway.
Can I hold you?
No, walk down the hall. No. All right, come here, this way. Come in here.
I'm not, I want to hold your hand.
No, you're going to sit down right there. Let me have your arm.
Oh, my.
At the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, Officer Bowman attempted to administer a breathalyzer test to Tina Childress, but all efforts failed. Overcome with emotion, Childress began sobbing and repeatedly begged to be let go. Yet this was only the beginning.
Okay, that's fine. I want my phone.
Your Georgia driver's license or privilege to drive on the highways of the state will be suspended for a minimum period
Okay,
of 1
that's
year.
fine.
Your
I want my
refusal to submit
phone.
the blood or urine testing may be offered into evidence against you at trial. If you submit to testing and the results indicate an active alcohol concentration,
I
your Georgia
love
driver's
you.
license and privilege to
I
drive
love
on the
you
highways of
too.
the state may be suspended for a minimum period of 1 year.
Oh, hell
After first
no.
submitting to
I love you and him.
you are
Bring me that
entitled to a
phone.
chemical test of your blood, breath, expense, and from the qualified personnel of your own choosing.
Yeah, that's right.
Will you submit to a chemical test of your blood?
I will do anything you want. I love you, girl. Oh, yes, I am.
You're not right now, you're not. So,
It's right behind me,
you
my
want to take
damn
your
phone.
arm?
I'll take it right
Because-
there.
Give me my phone.
When taken to the hospital for a blood draw, Tina Childress collapsed to the floor and refused to get up. Escalating the situation, Sheriff Lawrence, 61, intervened, demanding that she stand when she continued to resist. He was accused of striking her head and pulling her hair to force her to stand. But what really transpired?
I want this.
You got your kit?
You're in the
You want to give that man blood?
You hit me in my face.
Good.
Well,
We tried this earlier, but it didn't.
I know it. I know it.
It's real funny. Didn't you play right here?
No, you got to get up.
You got to get up. We got to go. They got to go.
Can you take
And I'm getting mad. So let's go.
No, you trying to slap him. You can't do that.
Get one
I
foot
don't
up.
know how.
Oh, God.
Get that damn table. You ready?
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh,
She ain't trying.
oh,
Come on.
on my knees.
If you would have put your foot on, let me
Yeah. Oh, it hurts on my
Slide
knees.
that chair over here when you pull yourself up with that chair.
Pull yourself up.
Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on.
I'm
Your
gonna
damn
take
pants
that.
is falling
Keep
off.
on.
Come on.
I will sue you.
Get your ass up here. Come on. It's all good.
Hit me in my head.
She pushing back.
Hit me in my head one more time, Mr. Lawrence.
Can you back the car before we drag her ass out there and put her in the car?
Your door open.
Following Lawrence's actions, Childress expressed outrage, asserting he had no right to hit her. The test results revealed her blood alcohol level was 0.34 times the legal limit. After paramedics escorted Childress to the police car, Lawrence arranged for her daughter to pick her up at the hospital rather than keeping her overnight in jail.
I need my family.
Come on.
I need my family.
You got a body bag. Should have kept your ass at home with her. Come on. Damn B12.
I don't know how we're going to get her in the car. All right, get in this car. Jesus H. Christ.
I need my mama. I need my mama.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Enough's enough.
We done tried to help you. Get up. Get up. You want to see if you can help him?
Angela, we done everything we know to do. Try to get her to get up. She's gonna get up.
My mama.
Come on, get on up now.
What's her name?
Tina Childress. Tina Childress.
I always wonder what that damn road was. Yeah, it was just drag folks out.
Based on the recorded events, Sheriff Lawrence may have violated legal provisions related to human rights, administrative procedure, and the excessive use of force under Section 1983 of the United States Civil Code, 42 U.S.C. 1983. Any government official who uses their authority to deprive others of their civil rights or freedoms can be sued in striking Tina Childress with bare hands, and pulling her hair without a clear threat or dangerous situation constitutes a violation of her personal rights. Furthermore, Lawrence's actions violated the standards for the use of force as defined in Georgia Criminal Code, Section 16523, simple assault, which considers intentionally causing pain or physical harm without just cause a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in prison or a $1,000 fine. Additionally, under Georgia Criminal Code Section 35822, officers are required to follow proper arrest procedures and ensure that any safety. But Lawrence exceeded his authority and failed to comply with these regulations, causing physical and emotional harm to Childress. Lastly, his failure to provide medical assistance despite children showing signs of health instability violated Section 31111 of the Georgia Health Code, which mandates prioritizing emergency medical care over enforcement actions. Ironically, Sheriff Lawrence himself was charged with 3 counts of misdemeanor assault by the DB a few days later. He was placed on paid administrative leave, despite the city confirming that no prior complaints had been filed against him during his tenure. Mrs. Childress' story highlights the importance of knowing your rights and understanding the law. However, this isn't the first time police have made mistakes, as shown in the remarkable case of an officer in Covington. On June 21, 2018, Officer Douglas Urick of the Covington Police Department to adopt a driver from Ohio who was driving in the area of the Cambridge Square Apartments, approximately 4 miles from the Kentucky-Ohio border. The reason for the stop was identified as the driver failing to obey a stop sign and not using turn signals. However, the story behind this incident turned out to be more surprising.
Ohio, Henry X-ray 3011 to yellow Monte Carlo.
You need a second.
All advice. Hey, you were just kind of parked there in front of 109 for a while, and then you backed in all the way down by 104. You didn't stop at the stop sign or use your turn signal when you came down the hill.
And I need to use a turn signal to go straight down.
But you turned left. Do you have your license on you, sir? You said you were helping somebody move in?
Okay. And her brothers and sisters, you seen all them people come to my car, sir.
I didn't see any of that stuff that you're talking about. I was not paying attention to you. I just saw a car sitting in front of 109.
I can call her and tell her to come right back outside if that's the problem.
Nope, I'm asking you what her name is. You don't
That's
know.
what you asking for.
Officer Oric asked the driver for his license and the reason for parking at Cambridge Square Apartments for so long. The driver explained he was helping a friend move and had no intent to break any laws. Was this explanation convincing?
When you were done, why did you go park in the other end of the parking lot for 15
Stopped
minutes?
into I'm cool. I backed up into the back by the garbage can. She wanted to throw some stuff away. I ain't about to make her run. There she got out. I backed back up. I seen you parked right there. So I parked. I knew what you were about to do. The first time I left, you watched me pull up, stand right there, wait. It took me 20 minutes. I went to the west side.
You ever been convicted of a felony before?
Yeah.
In Ohio? What were you in prison for in Ohio?
That's it.
No, you got a BCI number. It's a number they give you when you go to prison in Ohio. The only arrest you've ever had is for traffic?
You just got a traffic ticket paid off. Seatbelt. I've never been to prison. Ever.
You haven't been arrested for anything besides traffic and gambling. That's why I'm asking you for your explanation of your other arrests. You think there's a chance that you forgot whether or not you were arrested?
I've never been to prison. Prison and the holding cell is two different things.
Officer Oric asked about the driver's criminal history and found he had been jailed for traffic violations. The driver denied this, claiming only minor infractions like traffic tickets. The story, however, didn't end there.
You're still talking about something I'm not talking about. I'm talking about arrested. What else have you been arrested for?
Nothing. OVI.
OVI.
I got an OVI in 2008. That's it. But that's still the holding cell. I've never been arrested. Payout.
Well, that is arrested.
No, it's not, because I never got arrested.
Did you go in handcuffs?
I went to the holding cell.
Right.
I admitted that. So I've never been to prison. Never got in trouble. Everything is a payout or a ticket for me, officer.
Okay. Turn your car off for me, sir. Hey, you take the key out. Just put it on the passenger seat here. Or don't listen to what I tell you to do. Put it on the passenger seat, please, so it's out of the way. Thank you. Besides this bottle of brandy, is there anything in your car that shouldn't be in your car? The bottle of brandy that's in the back of the seat? I don't want you reaching around.
On the seat, I'm gonna keep my hands on it.
It was the bottle of brandy you were drinking where you threw the ice on the ground over here?
I just popped my trunk 3 times over there by the garbage can, and I popped my trunk and my hood up there on the car. She gave me some water.
She brought you ice water to put into your car?
Pop it, and I bet you see an ice cube in my antifreeze right now.
The officer found a bottle of alcohol in the car, which the driver claimed wasn't his, insisting there were no illegal items. When asked for registration, the driver said it might not be in the car. The officer seemed intent on finding a reason to detain him.
Well, you're the driver of the car. It's registered to you, right? Is there anything else in the car that might get you in trouble? No marijuana in the car? Any other drugs?
I don't do drugs, sir.
Any weapons?
I don't have anything that will give you the point that you said I sat there, but you ain't even watch what I did.
You're right.
I helped somebody move in.
I don't want you to call her. I don't need anybody showing up down here.
I sat right there and helped somebody move in.
Do you have the registration and the insurance, sir? Okay, let's see the registration of your insurance.
Is that okay with you, officer?
That's fine. All right, and your registration, sir? Well, that's the insurance. I need your registration receipt. The registration, it's the document that when it gets in the mail, it says keep this in your glove box. That document.
After some time spent in conversation, the officer neither issued a ticket nor detained the driver. However, he instructed the driver to leave the area as it was private property. The driver subsequently departed without further incident.
You can see this bottle of Hennessy gets thrown away somewhere appropriate. All right, you're free to leave the property.
All right.
What are you doing?
Getting out my car.
Right, you can't park like this. You have to leave. Okay? You're not a resident up here. It's private property. I'm telling you, you're free to leave the property.
Where my keys, officer?
From a legal perspective, Officer Ulrich's actions during this traffic stop may have violated key provisions under both state and federal law. Specifically, if his questioning about the driver's criminal history and inspection of the vehicle extended the stop beyond what is reasonable under the Fourth Amendment as interpreted in Rodriguez v. United States 2515, it could constitute an unlawful seizure in Kentucky. Such actions might breach Cross-Chapter 431, particularly Cruise 431.005, which limits detentions to cases with reasonable suspicion of criminal activity or safety concerns. Overstepping this authority could lead to civil penalties or dismissal of evidence. Additionally, if the officer acted without specific cause, he may have violated Cruise Chapter 446.070, which permits individuals to seek damages for infringements on statutory rights, with penalties ranging from departmental discipline to civil lawsuits depending on the context and pattern of misconduct. Questioning unrelated to the stop, such as inquiries about past arrests, could also be seen as harassment. Under Cruise Chapter 525, which addresses conduct intended to annoy or alarm. Though its applicability would depend on the specific circumstances, citizens have the right to challenge the legality of prolonged stops or unrelated inquiries, with remedies including filing complaints, pursuing civil litigation, or advocating for oversight to ensure accountability and protect constitutional rights.
At 73. Okay, out. Good low group, 19th Pearl. Low group at 19th Pearl, 22. Can you assist him? 265 unit contact.
No legal consequences arose from this incident. However, the situation raised concerns about potential bias in law enforcement, particularly toward individuals who show no clear signs of wrongdoing. Understanding constitutional rights is key to protecting oneself against abuse of power and injustice. A fair society exists only when people collectively demand accountability from law enforcement agencies. Chad McCardle, the police chief of Boston Heights, Ohio, found himself on the other side of the law while on vacation in Key West, Florida, on the night of July 28th at approximately 1 a.m. McCardle was involved in a violent altercation that led to his arrest on charges of battery.
I literally just walked by and said I'd call.
What happened, sir?
Car and pulled me in the... And they drove me south. You're the best. In the face, too. You seen?
What'd they stab you with?
Right here. He hit me probably 3 or 4 times. I just called the fucking car. And then he got me right here. So, and then good luck. Yeah, thanks, man. So.
You said you were in a car with them, right?
They pulled me in the car.
Body camera video captures McCardle telling officers he too is a cop before explaining what he says happened.
Here's what fucked up, dude. I'm a cop. So, I was like, I don't know what your guys' problem is. They had,
where did they pick you up at?
Yeah. Yes.
Ricks and Dirty Harris?
Yes. There's an alley. It started kicking me in the face. Like I grabbed a stick and.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I killed one of them.
You think you killed one of them?
Yeah. Like he started kicking me right in the fucking nose, and I started screaming out like, "Would you guys?"
Show me where you were.
He hit me probably 3 or 4 times. I just called him hard, and then he got me right here. So hey, good luck. Yeah. Thanks, man.
As officers arrived at the scene, McCardle, visibly agitated, recounted his story, claiming he acted in self-defense after being brutally attacked. He stated that the group of attackers targeted him, and after enduring a series of blows, he retaliated with force, believing he had severely injured or killed one of them.
Like he was just like bludgeoning me with like a stick or whatever, and I was like, dude, I cracked the stick, and I was like stabbing the neck, and he just like I know he was bleeding. So.
Okay, so we have a rescue route.
Yeah, sorry, man. Whatever, dude.
McCardle explains he's from Ohio, visiting Key West just for one night.
A little bit more descriptive, like where did this happen? Where did they look like? It's an alleyway, like right on there. I have no clue. I can't because they kept trying my phone, so I can't activate it. I'm a cop too, so that's what's. I'm Chad, chief of police where I work, so. So like, dude, this dude dragged me down the alleyway and started kicking me in the face. I like broke a stick, started stabbing him in the neck. I don't know if the dude's dead or not. I was aiming right for here. I'm telling you, that dude right there.
He continues to describe what he claims.
He like came up, kicked me in the face. I was like, all right, let's go. I broke the branch off and started just stabbing.
Police quickly noticed inconsistencies in his story, as Mercado's injuries were minor and not consistent with his version of events. Despite his claims of serious injuries and potential fatalities, McCardle only had minor scratches and sand on his face. And from beginning to end, he always emphasized and repeated that he was a police officer.
So I was like, dude, what are you guys doing? I grabbed that stick. I'm pretty sure that dude, I punctured his.
Meanwhile, other officers approach the alleyway where the fight allegedly happened. There, they find a homeless man who says someone attacked him.
Need you come out here.
Oh.
What's your name?
Joey.
Joey, did you hear any commotion going on? Like a fight or something that's broke out?
Yeah.
You did? Come out here for me so I can see you. I'm in the alley right behind 424 Southern, and I'm out with the 77 that stated there was a fight that just took place.
I was just hiding from him.
You were hiding from him?
Yeah.
So what did you hear?
I don't know. The guy just...
Officers arrive at the alley where the altercation took place and find a homeless man who says he was attacked by McArdle. The man claims McArdle kicked him multiple times and threatened to kill him.
What's going on there?
So when he came up and attacked you, did he say anything?
No. He said, I'm going to kill you. Very good.
So he said I was going to kill you? Anything else? I'm trying to wrap my head around everything that happened, all right? So you were standing right here. Where did the guy come from?
That way, because he kicked me in the back.
So you were standing right here, okay? So you're standing right here.
Turn around.
So your back was facing to the alley, and he just walked up and kicked you. So you didn't see him coming, is what you're saying?
I didn't see him coming, didn't hear him, and when I hit the ground, he kicked me a couple more times.
Okay. Did you try to defend yourself at any point?
No.
You never tried to defend yourself at any point?
He was way beyond me.
Okay. All right.
I'm not a fighter.
I understand.
Body camera video captures officers discussing the exchange between McArdle and the homeless man.
I can't give any description of all these people. So we stabbed him multiple times.
The man claimed that McArdle had attacked him without provocation, kicking him multiple times in the back and threatening to kill him. He showed signs of distress but had no injuries indicative of a stabbing, as McCarley claimed.
Hey, stay in the car. Hey, let me see your hand, man. Both hands. Victor 9, is there a Tom car available? Man, why are you trying to get out? All right, when do you get out of the car on a traffic stop? What's in that hand? Cool.
Police initiated a stop of Delvin Gadsden's vehicle due to the absence of visible license plates. Gadsden remains calm, but officers escalate the situation early by aggressively ordering him to stay in the car and show his hands.
All right, roll this window down for me. All right, man, so the reason I pulled you guys over... Hey, I'm doing good. The reason I pulled you guys over is because there's no plates on this car.
My screws. I need new screws for my
Okay.
back part.
Okay. All right. You guys have a driver's license on you, ID?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have ID on you, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. All right, hang tight, okay?
Officers without probable cause, beyond the license plate issue, treat Gadsden with undue suspicion, aggressively questioning him and his passenger. Gadsden cooperates, but the officer's tone remains confrontational.
All right, man. So, gonna ask you to just not reach for anything and step on out of the vehicle, okay?
What I'm coming out the vehicle for?
We'll talk about that, okay? So just step on out. Yeah.
I'm gonna just chill right here if that's cool.
Nope. And we're gonna detain you, okay?
Detain me?
Yep. You're under investigation for a DUI. All right. So stand up, turn around, hands behind your back.
Hands behind my back.
Yes, you're gonna be detained in handcuffs.
No, I'm not.
You're about to stand up. Victor 9-1 fighting. Stop fighting me, bro. Quit fucking fighting. I'm not assaulting you, bro. Fuck you out of the car.
Backup officers arrive, and instead of de-escalating, the situation worsens. Gaston is asked to exit the vehicle under unclear grounds of suspicion for DUI. Despite no visible evidence of impairment,
I got it. Stop fighting, bro. Look out! You're under arrest! I'm not hitting you, my dog. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Alright, let me get up. Let me get up. Hand behind your back now. Bro, let me get up. You're under arrest. Alright, bro. What was this? Bro, crazy, bro. Yeah. Put your fucking hands on your back. Alright, bro. You done? Flip over now! Alright, my nigga, alright. Put your hand behind your back! My nigga, get on your stomach now! What the fuck? Alright! What the fuck did I do, bro? Hey, okay, alright. Get on your back now! Alright, I'm trying. My brother, my brother. Oh, my brother. Oh, my brother. We are arm behind your back now! Oh, shit, what did I do? Right hand behind your back now! We got 2 detained. Stay here, stay here. Yep. Stay here. And this is right.
That's close to your thing.
Officers used excessive force to subdue Gadsden, repeatedly hitting him while he is on the ground. Gaston expresses distress, yet the officers continue to overpower him rather than attempt to de-escalate.
You're done. You're alright. You too. He's fine. You're done. You guys are good.
Holy fuck. Dude, holy shit. Dude, I fucking drew down on him when you were hitting him. Fuck. I had that left arm. It's like, don't fucking do it, dude. Holy shit. Dude, my fucking knee hurts.
After violently arresting Gadsden, officers show no concern for his well-being, neglecting to immediately check for injuries. Medical attention is requested only after the violent encounter, displaying a disregard for his safety. This case highlights the urgent need to safeguard civil rights and promote transparency within law enforcement. A fair and equitable society depends on trust, mutual respect, and open communication between the police and the community.
Can I get your name and badge number? Jamaican Sanchez? Your badge number or ID number?
Unit 725.
All right, thank you.
What can I help you with?
I don't need no help. I'm just doing a story, and I've been on public easement the whole time. Never crossed onto the property.
Picture this: a routine act of filming on a public sidewalk spirals into a heated confrontation, leading to a legal battle that questions the very limits of authority and individual rights. What happens when a simple moment becomes a fight for justice? Discover the unexpected twists in this compelling story. On September 11, 2018, Albert Bustillo arrived at the Navy Oil Refinery in Artesia, New Mexico. Equipped with his camera, Albert was there to capture footage for a story, unaware that his actions would soon lead to a significant confrontation with local police.
Just doing a story.
They told me that you ain't supposed to take no videos, no pictures.
Yeah, I can't go on your property and take pictures. I'm on public property. Yeah, I can take picture of anything I can see from public.
What kind of story you make? Is this with the newspaper?
It just depends on who wants to pick it up. I come out and get some B-roll footage, cars coming in and out. I might ask some questions if somebody wants to answer them, you know. And then I gather my content and then I put it up for whoever wants it. Sometimes I have specific interest in mind when I go to a place. Other times it's just for general knowledge and B-roll footage. Yeah, if I can see it for public, man, I can record it. Can't trespass the eyes, you know. I'm not gonna go on your property.
Oh yeah, I know that it's only for people, but I don't know. All safety guys made us. If you see anybody filming, you have to come and.
Well, you can come and talk to me. That's fine.
Yeah.
While Albert was taking photos from the sidewalk, a security guard approached and questioned him. Albert calmly explained he was on public property and had the right to film. Despite this, the guard called the police, setting off a series of unexpected events.
I can't, stop that.
Yeah. That's all it is, man. No ill intent. I'm just here to take pictures is all. You see the street lights and see the fire hydrants and all that? Okay, Navajo Refinery didn't put those in, the city did. So everything on this side of those utility markers is public property. There's an easement, you know what I mean, public easement, and I won't cross the line or nothing. I'm staying out here.
You can't be taking pictures. They got signs up.
Yeah, I can, man. I'm just not gonna go on your property and take pictures. I'm on public property right now, so I can take pictures of anything I can see.
Mine's actually protected by DHS.
DHS memo 2010 revised in 2017 says we can film any government agency or any whatever from public point, anywhere the public's permitted to go, we can take pictures from. Can't trespass my eyes, you know. If it's viewable from the public, I can take pictures.
After Sergeant Marty Sanchez of the Artesia Police Department arrived at the scene, she approached Albert and asked him to show his ID.
I'm not going to go on your property because then I become subject to your policies. You understand? Policies ain't law.
Yeah.
Those apply to everybody within the compound. I'm outside here. I'm just a free civilian. As long as we're out here, man, we're good. Google Earth came by, man, took pictures of all this. You can get on Google Maps and you can see inside the refinery. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's cool. You guys come and talk to me. All right, I'm just going to take a walk down here.
Yeah, just make sure you don't step on it.
I'm not going to get on here. See that? I was telling him, see the fire hydrant? And they go all the way down and the public lights? All that was put in by the city, not by Navajo. That's the public easement. So as long as I don't go on that side of those, I'm good. Because, you know, like I was telling him, the properties, nobody's property goes all the way to the street. There's a public easement everywhere you go. And that's where we're allowed to be. There's a sidewalk goes all the way down to the other end, you know, and it goes on. It's all public property, bro.
He's confident in his understanding of the law. Albert politely refused, emphasizing that he wasn't breaking any laws and therefore didn't need to provide identification. But he didn't anticipate that this refusal would set off a dramatic chain of events beyond anything he had imagined.
Can I get your name and badge number that you're making fucking Sanchez? Your badge number or ID number?
Unit 725.
All right, thank you.
What can I help you with out here?
I don't need no help. I'm just doing a story, and I've been on public easement the whole time. Never crossed onto their property.
Okay.
So.
Well, can I see your ID?
No, ma'am.
I need your ID.
I haven't broke the law.
Called.
It don't matter.
I need to identify
you can put good citizen on.
I'm not gonna put.
Well, you're not gonna put my name because I'm not giving it to you. I have to have broken the law before I have to turn over all that information. Okay. I'm not gonna surrender my rights just because you showed up. I have to. You're asking for my ID. That would be surrendering my fourth. Well, I might not know all the laws, but I know these laws specifically. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just curious.
Well, this is one thing. You know, I have to be committing a crime to give ID.
No, sir.
Yes, I do.
Sir.
Yes, I do. Want to bet? You have to articulate a crime that I've either committed, am committing, or I'm about to commit.
Yes,
You want to bet?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, you better call your supervisor if you do something stupid.
Okay.
The situation escalated when Sergeant David Bailey arrived, firmly demanding Albert's ID, claiming he was a suspect. Albert held his ground, asserting that suspicion alone didn't warrant identification. As Bailey's demeanor grew more intense, Albert realized this was more than a routine check.
Suspicion isn't a crime. It's not a felony or a misdemeanor. Yes, it is. Yes, it does. To articulate a crime I've committed, a crime I am committing, or no, I'm not. No. That can't be the first crime unless I've committed one. Then you can get me for failure.
No, sir.
Until then, just for me walking on the sidewalk is not permissible for me to give you ID. I don't have to give nothing unless I've committed a crime. You better go back and read up the law. I can film all I want. Look, all of it, everything. Posted. That's not the law. Do you see a penal code under the sign? No. If it was a law, there would be a penal code. I'm not on their property. Those laws, those rules don't apply to me unless I'm on their property. I'm on public access. That means I'm a free citizen. It does matter. You're ignorant if you don't know the law. You got that badge and that gun, but you don't even know. How are you going to enforce something when you don't even know? I'm not giving you my ID.
All right. Turn around. Put your place.
All right.
Back.
Here we go, guys. Put this here so I can. All right.
This case serves as a strong reminder that even those tasked with enforcing the law must do so within its limits. Hey everyone, what are your thoughts on this situation? Drop your comments below and make sure to subscribe for more engaging and informative content coming your way. Thanks for all your support.